Hey, this is Horner, and I'm going to talk a little bit about the Oh Gravity of It All lab, just to make sure that you have all of the parts to the lab and that you'll get full credit for this. So remember, you have to have a title. So I have a title in my lab. I have my name. And then you need to show each one of the different parts of the lab and make sure that you have titles for each one. So this heading is purpose, and it tells you what the purpose is. Then we have the procedure. When I got done, I actually had 14 steps. I've hidden the rest of my steps here just because I want to make sure that you're doing it on your own. Don't forget there was more than just using the Logger Pro and zeroing the force sensor. Remember, you had to add all of the masses, then you had to put everything into a spreadsheet. So you want to talk about it. What did you do inside of the spreadsheet? And then once you had an equation, what did you do with that equation? You also had to find the value for gravity using the Sensors One website. So make sure you talk about how you did that, and then tell what you did in the very end where you looked for the percent difference, and that's your error. In the data section, you should only have two columns, so you should have mass and force. And then once you've done that, you want to graph it. Once you have your graph, you should get a straight line. You should have an equation for that straight line. And you should notice that this part, which is the B value for the graph, is super small compared to what your values are here on the y-axis. Your slope should be close to 9.8, and so mine was 9.91. In the analysis, you just need to say that the equation is force is equal to, and then this should be your number for slope, times a meter per second squared, and then that's times mass. So the conclusion here is we just experimentally determined the value for gravity is 9.91 meters per second squared. And then I went through and I gave the percent difference formula. You have to do that. You need to put in your values, so you'll see that I've said that, but you actually need to put your numbers in. Don't do this. Make sure you put your actual numbers in, and then you should get your percent difference. And for what I did, I ended up with 1.107%. So as long as you've done that, you've titled everything correctly, and you've done a good job going through and making sure that you have everything, you should do really well. And that is the 2.5 minute explanation.